This was my first time hunting reindeer. The plan was to go from Denmark through Sweden to Norway, where I would meet up with two really experienced guys who would then show me the ropes and point me in the right direction. And from there on, I would be on my own. And expectations were high. So the idea is, now the sun is up, we're gonna have breakfast, and then we're gonna start walking up and position ourselves in a good spotting point, and then sit in grass for a while and see what happens. We have at least a week for this project. It's fantastic. It's really amazing scenery. On the first day of the hunt, I was swept away by the landscape. These immense mountains where you could see for kilometers and kilometers, and the weather was, to begin with, fantastic. And I was hoping to see animals, but I was almost hoping not to be able to shoot one on the first day, because I really wanted that hunt to go on for at least a few days more. So this is my first day hunting reindeer ever, and we had an easy start. Went up about 1,300 meters, and we actually spotted the first two groups of animals already. They moved the other way. We're waiting for them to come back. In the meantime, we're just gonna walk up and around another top up here and blast down the valley a little bit, see what I can see. Temperature is pretty good. It's about 12 degrees centigrade. This is windy. Trying to stay out of the wind as much as possible, but it's a great day. So a little bit of rain coming. Just sitting right as a rock in Lee. Just gonna get probably dressed for the occasion. Then I'm gonna sit in the bath and have hot chocolate. Not bad. Chunky, but not bad. Coming up, and then suddenly you peek over and see an entire new basin which just goes on forever. That is just undescribable. On day 2, I started below the tree line and walked up. And what I saw when I came up once again just swept me away. Weather was fantastic and I could see forever. So, day 2, and I just got to this fantastic spot where I will probably be spending the most of the day. It's an amazing open basin with sort of a swampy area down here, and I have a really good view from here. So now it's going to be spotting, eating chocolate, and that's basically it. And hopefully spotting a good buck and shoot it. We'll see. I just spotted at least 5 animals up on this ridge. Got the camera out, got the rifle out. Oh, more coming now. The animals are standing in beautiful silhouette at about 300 meters. I didn't see a buck. I thought I saw a buck. I see 2 small bucks. I don't see a larger one. And either way, I'm not going to take the shot on the ridge line. It makes a beautiful shot. Well, photography, but not a good rifle shot. I have no idea what's behind. So all the animals just went on the other side of the ridge. I have really poor wind. The wind is blowing in their direction, and at one point they started running, and I think maybe they caught my wind slightly, but they stayed on the ridge. I'm just going to scoop around on the base of the ridge and see if I can see more animals over there, and we'll take it from there. But it's great to see animals. 2 smaller bucks, 4 females and 2 calves. Interesting. I'm working my way up. But these animals, they keep peeking over this ridge. So, and the wind is really poor, it's going sort of that way. So my only play is to try to get above them and look down and see if I can see more animals. All the animals on the ridge, just up here. The wind is blowing this way. I'm trying to get around them, above them, and see if I can see what's going on. It's deep though. So I just spotted my bunch of animals again. Now they're about 1 kilometer that way. And I can only barely with my eyes see them. But they stop now for to eat. I guess I'll continue a little bit that way and see what happens. There's absolutely no wind up here. It's just me and this view. So I spent a while looking at those animals on the other side, 9 altogether, 2 smaller bucks, a few females and some calves, and they're just running back and forth, and I don't see any bigger bucks with them, so I think they will leave them alone. I'm going to traverse this part and then head back to where we started in the morning, and then we'll see what hides on the other side. So it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's my second hunting day and I'm not sure what I'm gonna do now. I spotted quite early this morning a group of 9 animals, 2 bucks and some females and a few calves, and they've been running back and forth on the other side, and now for the past hour at least they've been standing just on the ledge sleeping, I think, because they haven't really moved. I saw another group of probably larger animals way over there, many kilometers away, and there's a big canyon between us, so there's no way I'm gonna get there today at least. So I've just been pretty much enjoying the views, spotting, glassing everywhere, and haven't seen anything else. It's warm, it's not that windy, it's quite comfortable actually. But I had my lunch, I had my hot cocoa, so now I'm getting bored. So it's day 3. I just came out of the woods and into the open, and I just spotted a single calf walking up there about 300 meters away, and he's not going to be alone, so I'm actually just waiting for him to go back over on the other side and then go up and see what comes with them, or wait till they come down to me. Interesting. Great to see animals. I'm beginning to think that the calf actually is alone, because he's been calling out for his mom for quite a while now, and he's coming down towards me, and I don't see any other animals, so maybe he got lost, poor thing. The fog just covered everything. There's not really any point in me going up further because I can't see a thing. Might as well stay here and wait for the fog to clear, and perhaps the animals will come down. I left my friend the calf, and he's standing in silhouette behind me. Maybe you can see him. It's very cozy, but I'm not gonna adopt him. But maybe in a few days' time I will regret not having shot him. Well, there's really no change in the weather. So I think I will abandon mission for the time being and see if it doesn't clear up a little bit later in the afternoon. Because they could be walking right by me and I wouldn't notice. We'll see. That's hunting for you. On day 4 I went back to the place I had been on day 2. I put up my tent and I started spotting, and quite soon thereafter I saw some bucks very, very far away, and I had to make up my mind whether or not I would wait for the action to come to me or if I wanted to make things happen. And as I was growing short of days, obviously I had to make a move and go towards those bucks. Seeing anything now. I just went 2 or 3 kilometers actually to get closer to this place where I actually saw the bucks. I'm not seeing them from here, and the wind is pretty miserable. They haven't smelled me from here, but so the idea is to continue, because what else should I do? I go a little bit forward, go left to the basin of this mountain and follow the top. Maybe peek around, depending on the wind, go around on the other side, see if I can see them, and that would probably give me a little bit better wind. Then we'll see. So I just came up through the woods. I cannot recommend that. And now I'm headed upwards. Coming up the mountain, I knew that I had to go very much around in order to get better wind. And I finally spotted the animals in a not very accessible spot. But I managed to get within about 300 meters. And I set up the camera and I waited. I just found them over here. So I spotted the animals. I have them at 320 meters. I'm just waiting for a shot. One is standing broadside behind a rock. One is standing broadside but with other animals behind him, so I just have to wait. After about 20 minutes, the animals still hadn't moved, and I was a bit concerned because they were all standing on the skyline, and I didn't want to take a shot on the skyline. So I left the camera rolling and I climbed to a higher point. But brilliantly, I managed to kick the camera so that it got a little bit out of focus. But I managed also to get to a higher point where I had something on the background. So when the animals stopped clustering and one would open up, I would have a shot with a proper background. After probably 45 minutes of sleep, I don't know what they were doing, the animals finally started moving. And the buck with what I thought was the widest antlers, the most heavy antlers, finally presented me a shot. I did it. I shot a reindeer buck, and a massive one it seems. I have nothing to compare with. I think he was the biggest of the lot, but it turns out he's actually in velvet, which I don't know if it's good or bad, but he's my buck and he's absolutely beautiful. I couldn't be happier right now. I'm absolutely in awe sitting here next to this beautiful animal whose life I decided to take. Now I'm going to skin him and bring out the meat, probably in 2 trips. It's a long trip. It's 5 kilometers through wood and tree and everything, but it's worth it, absolutely worth it. So here we go. So I made it down through the most gnarly bits. Now I have a little over 2 kilometers to go, but that's basically on path. Somebody's been there before, and that helps a lot. It's a good idea to shoot the animal close to camp. Picking up the head, the antlers and the skin on the second day and returning to my base camp was associated with such a feeling of, well, fatigue, but also extreme joy that I had managed to, in such beautiful surroundings, to accomplish what I set out to do.